I'm a big fan of training muscles dynamically. And what I mean by that is training a muscle the way that it's designed to be trained by the human body. For example, we look at the abdominals. The abdominals are always under tension. They're always flexing a little bit. They're always used to these little micro movements because we're stabilizing our core all the time. Even when we're sitting down, we're stabilizing our core. So there's a big reason on why I like to use a cable machine when I do my ab work. See, it allows for constant tension on the muscle. When you're using free weights or just your body weight, sometimes you have these gaps when you have tension on the muscle. Cables really make it so you always have this tension, and it's a realistic way to train the abs. So I'm going to take you through a 3-part workout, a simple 3-step cable ab routine that you can do at a simple cable station, and you won't even have to move. The most that you'll have to do is adjust the cable pulley system up or down. So it makes it really easy to go into a crowded gym or go to a gym and just get it done in no time at all. And this is gonna absolutely leave your abs completely obliterated, so you're gonna feel like you're really training your core the way you're supposed to. So the first exercise that we're gonna start off with is just a traditional cable crunch. Cable rope crunch is one of the best ab exercises that you can do. And the reason that it's so good is because it trains the rectus abdominis, which is the traditional six-pack, just the way that it's designed to be trained. It's designed to flex the trunk. And the nice thing about a traditional cable ab flex is that you're training the muscle through its natural range of motion. Now the trick here is to keep the chest puffed and keep the butt sticking out just a tiny bit so that your back has a slight concave effect to it. And you're gonna train the muscle just like you'd train any other muscle. You're gonna train it to the point where it's fatiguing, train it with a little bit of resistance. You don't have to go super light on your abs. You can go heavy enough. The other thing that you want to do when you're doing this exercise is slightly suck in your stomach. And the reason that you do that is you're going to begin engaging the transverse abdominis, which is going to allow you to work on the muscles that directly affect the six-pack, directly affect the abs that you want to see. Just remember that when you do these rope crunches, you want to make sure you're hinging at your upper back and you're not hinging at your hips. If you hinge at your upper back, it allows you to get the proper flexion that you need and go really slow on your eccentric contraction on the way up. Now this next exercise that I show you is going to be a little bit different from what you've probably done before. It's a variation of a plank. And the reason that I'm incorporating this is because it really works those intercostals. It works the side of your core a little bit. And a lot of us overlook that. You see, a lot of us want to train the obliques. We want to train the sides of our body like that. But the problem is when you build those muscles up, it gives you a square look above your hips. And it actually defeats the purpose of what a lot of people want by having a narrow functional waist. This exercise, however, works on the transverse abdominis, which is the sheet of muscle underneath the visible abs, but it also works on the intercostals and it works on the internal obliques, so you get a lot more stability up here, which makes it so that it takes the pain off of your back if you've been sitting at a desk job all day. So here we go. Here's how we do this one. The trick is getting in a traditional plank position, grabbing one hand in front of you, and doing a simple plank row. You're going to row your arm back as if you were doing a dumbbell row, except you're rowing from the top of your body. So you're reaching out in front of you, grabbing the cable, and rowing back. Now don't worry too much about utilizing the back in this motion, even though it's becoming incorporated. You want to focus on squeezing the abs as much as you can and keeping the core tight and not letting the butt sink down. If the butt sinks down, you're going to start putting pressure on your lower back. If you let your lower back dip too much, it's taking the tension off of the abs and putting stress on the lower back. And especially when you reach up forward and you start rowing, you're liable to twist something and tweak your lower back. So make sure that you keep the abs tight, keep the back flat, keep the butt up. This next one is a personal favorite of mine simply because it looks so dang girly. It looks like it's not going to do much for you, but again, it's going to engage those intercostals, it's going to engage those internal obliques, and it's going to torch the abs more than you've probably ever experienced, especially after this sequence. So all you're going to need on this is a simple stability ball. And with that stability ball, you're going to get on it just like you were going to do a traditional ab crunch, but you're going to position it to the side of the cable machine. And then all you're going to do while holding the handle is rotate to your side. And again, it doesn't look like much, but after you've done the circuit of abs, you're going to feel a lot more tension on it. You're going to feel most of the tension when your arms are in the down position, because that's when the tension is on the intercostals and on the internal obliques. As you extend forward, it's actually stretching those obliques and you're not gonna feel the tension as much. So you're gonna feel more of a tug on the abs when your arms are in the down position. And you're simply gonna knock out 12 to 15 reps of this. Then you're gonna switch sides and do it again. So you're gonna go through this routine about 3 times. And if you're working a desk job where you're constantly sitting down, you may even wanna go through it 4 or 5 times. Because the purpose of these exercises aren't necessarily to get you the shredded six-pack that you want, but they're more so to stabilize the spine, give you the core strength that you need so that you don't sit there in constant pain all day at the office. Now do keep in mind that abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. So be sure to check out one of my videos that talks about post-workout nutrition so that you can get the right nutrients to the muscle immediately after doing this workout. So that's it for now. Keep it locked in here on this channel, and I will see you in the next video.